Hello, we're going to go over our weekly challenge of our daily oral language. And I have on the screen the 3 sentences that you were challenged with this week to correct and edit them. So I wanted to go ahead and start to show you what the edits are and why you want to make these edits to these 3 sentences. So the first thing we always want to do is to go through and say, excuse me, does our sentence sound correct? So Muggy Maggie is my teacher's favorite book. And it does. That sounds correct. That's a complete sentence. So my sentence doesn't really have any subject, verb, predicate errors. Everything is in the correct tense. So I don't have to make any changes there. The next thing I want to go through is I want to go through and look at spelling and capitalization. Well, I know that Muggy Maggie is my teacher's favorite book. Well, Muggy Maggie is the name of a book. So that A means that I need to underline it. And I need to capitalize all of the words in the title of the book Muggy Maggie because it is the title of a book. So Muggy Maggie is my teacher's favorite book. So everything is capitalized. Everything is underlined. That's a book title. And there's no spelling errors. So the next thing I'm going to do is go on into my punctuation. Well, this is a sentence, so I need to put a period at the end. So I'm going to add a period right there. And then the book belongs to my teacher. So it's my teacher's favorite book. So what that means is I need to show it's a possessive and I need to add in my apostrophe because my teacher's book, it's my teacher's favorite book. So that looks like all of the edits that I need to make to this sentence. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite it with what I changed. And I will go back and underline Muggy Maggie after I'm done retyping it. My teacher's favorite book, period. And then I'm going to go back. Excuse me. And I'm going to underline Muggy Maggie. So those are the edits that you would want to make to that first sentence. And let's look at our second sentence. So our second sentence says, however, I like books by Judy Blume. That doesn't sound right, and that's the first thing that I need to think about with my sentences. It doesn't sound right. However, I like books by Judy Blume. So I'm thinking the person meant to say, however, I like books by Judy Blume. And to fix that, to show that you need to take a pause after however, I need to add in a comma. Because however, pause, I like books by Judy Blume. So somebody probably said that they, asked them if they liked books about something else, and they might have said, yeah, I do like books about something else. However, I like books by Judy Blume. So now it sounds right. The second thing is capitalization and spelling. Well, I know this is the first word in my sentence, which needs to be capitalized. So the H. I is by itself, and we always capitalize I when it's by itself. And then again, we have a name or a proper noun, which is Judy Blume. It's the name of an author. So we need to capitalize her name. So lots of capitalization going on and needed in this sentence. Spelling, it looks like everything is spelled correctly. And the last thing is punctuation, which we would want to put a period at the end. So I can go ahead and start retyping my sentence with the edits and make sure that I spell everything right the second time. So, however, I like books by Judy Blume. So we have edited that second sentence. So let's go on to our third sentence here. I'm going to change the color so we don't get it confused when we're looking at the edits. My last sentence says, right now I am reading Super Huge. It's funny. Okay, so they're reading something, which I think is the name of a book. So Let's read that again and make sure it sounds right. Right now, I am reading superfuge. It's funny. That sounds like a run-on sentence. I think I should separate this into two different sentences. Right now, I am reading superfuge, and then I could put in a period because that's the end of the first sentence. And then my second sentence is, it's funny. So now my sentence sounds right. Right now, I am reading superfuge. It's funny. Sounds great. So let's look at capitalization and spelling. Well, this is the wrong kind of right. I don't really know how this is spelt. It isn't spelt like you'd write something and it isn't spelled like that's right. But what I do know is that this, and I'm going to go ahead and capitalize it, is the correct form of right that I want to have in this sentence. As in right now. Come here right now. Right now, I needs to be capitalized because it's by itself. Am reading superfuge. Well, this is a book. So all of the, oops, let me close that really quick. All of the first letters in each of the words of the book need to be capitalized and the book should be underlined. So that's our first sentence. Right now I am reading superfuge. Our second sentence, it's funny. Well, it is the beginning of the second sentence, so it needs to be capitalized. It's funny. All right, so capitalization and spelling is correct. Now I'm going to look at punctuation. I know that I have punctuation at the end of my sentences because I did that when I separated them. But it's is a contraction for it is. When you say it's funny, it is funny. So that means I need to put, there we go. Perfect. So now I can rewrite my sentence with all these corrections. This sentence had a lot of corrections. Right now, I am reading superfuge. It's funny. And then I'm going to go back and I need to underline my book title. Now I have all the correct edits for my third sentence. So these are the corrections for your sentences. It's okay if you didn't get all of them. I understand. I just want you to learn, and the next time you see a book title, make sure it's underlined and capitalized, and your contractions, make sure that you have apostrophes in your contractions and that you're capitalizing the beginning of your sentences and putting a punctuation at the end. So this is our weekly oral language challenge for this week. You guys have a great week.